Hello everybody, so I'm going to be giving you a little bike tour on Friday. It is July 23rd. You'll get to see what the city is like. You may notice a minor difference between today's bike video and several of my other videos, which is that A, this one is 360, and B, we have a guest. Erica, can you wave to our studio audience? Yep, we have a guest. So let's see how this comes out, because the 360 camera is particularly horrible at night, regardless of settings. Doesn't matter what you do to shutter speed or all that. It does this thing where it does blurring, and it doesn't happen during the day, only at night. So we are set here. Vroom. This is a two-seater bike. So by the way, anybody curious about the construction of this vehicle, you can check out my live channel below. I have a little link where I showcase how a lot of this is put together. This has a range of 300 miles on a single charge, 200 miles when carrying a passenger. Unlike a certain meme electric car company, the range on my electric vehicles doesn't lie. Then again, mine have kind of sort of blown up when I used unit pack power in the past, so not like I have a lot of room to judge. Fuck you all! And you're honking. I can honk too, actually. Check this out. Watch this. See that? Yeah, the guy had right away. He could have walked, but he seemed like he was high. That's why they were honking at him. Because they were willing to let him walk. You notice he wasn't crossing? It's very likely he was incredibly stoned. So it's possible that the stonedness got him. All right, so let's take a little ride. A lot of places closed down, Erica. Erica just noticed that a milk tea place closed. Woohoo! I'm pretending I'm a bus. I'll turn my other light on. There we go. Now we got a lot of light on the road. This bike does a pretty good job of hauling ass, especially seeing that I have a passenger. I may take a different route today than usual. Maybe I'll take 2nd Avenue down. I very rarely do that. This is a very famous building over here, Erica, the Flatiron Building. You see at my 2 o'clock? That was one of the first buildings in New York City that was built to that height. That's why it has the interesting shape and everything to it. I listened to the Pinocchio soundtrack earlier today, and now I have that little Give a Little Whistle song stuck in my head. Did you ever watch Pinocchio? Give a little whistle, boop boop. Give a little whistle, boop boop. Da 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 da. Give a little whistle, honk honk. Give a little whistle. Do 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 do. Give a little whistle, hunter. Give a little whistle. Now, 23rd Street is not exactly known for being a vibrant Friday night party or bar clubbing location or anything like that. But it's still crazy seeing it this dead. Da 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 da. Give a little whistle. Do do. Give a little whistle. Damn. It's stuff like that when it gets stuck in my head, I can never get it out. It drives me mad. I take 3rd or 2nd Avenue? Maybe I'll take 3rd. Let's see what 3rd Avenue looks like. I haven't been to the east side in a while. That guy behind me, mad. He honking and honking. You got your outdoor dining to my right. I give that a 4 out of 10 outdoor dining. It's got too many walls, but one of the walls is fully open. Actually, you know what? I think this deserves a 5 over there. At the very least, a 5. At the very least, a 5. Okay, we got some nice hazard lights on in the middle of the road. Thank you. Whoa. Oh, bro. 3 out of 10. Indoor, mofo. Indoor. All they have is a window open. They have a window and a door. Look at this. Steve tried one at the store. He brought one of those in a Revel. It's actually slower than this. I shit you not that those electric scooters that are legal are actually slower than my fucking bike. Yeah, I raced one of those Revel scooters when I had the red bike. It's the same motor, same controller as this, and the same programming. It smoked it.
You should try it with it.
You want to try driving it, Erica? I trust your driving. I trust your driving. Erica does not want to ride the electric bicycle or a car. She can't possibly be a worse driver than me.
No, people in Hawaii are more accommodating. People in New York are more.
Insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, like let's see how many people pass me. So I'm going 2 miles an hour over the speed limit, and hey, actually nobody's passed me, so it's not really that bad. Usually if I'm only going 2 miles an hour over the speed limit, I'll get passed by a lot of people. We're getting by 14th Street, so we're getting close to the East Village, so I would expect to see a lot of people out at this time. If we don't see a lot of people out in the bar strip in the East Village around like 11th Street to 3rd Street, then that's kind of messed up.
There's a dollar store on the left.
The dollar store.
3rd Avenue, $1 or more. But something tells me it's not really a dollar. There might be a few things, but most of it.
3, 2, 1. Vom. See, I get why people have fun with manual transmission cars even though I don't drive them. I really do. Because in order for this bike, with the amount of power this motor has to be able to keep up with cars, you have to time shifting your gears perfectly, like genuinely perfectly, so that you can keep up, because I don't have a lot of power. And it turns into a video game, and I really do get why people that drive manual transmission cars find it fun. There's a video game aspect to it all, of like having to time the gear changes just right so that you can get exactly where you want to go with the maximal amount of efficiency. It's fun. There's a fun to it. But it's something that, like, when driving my car, I don't, it's one gear, instant torque. It's just I don't have to care about it, and I kind of got spoiled by it a little bit. But going back to this, having it turn on that part of my brain again, it is kind of fun. Because I have to know exactly when to turn it on in order to be able to keep up with everything. And like, I can't see RPM because this display doesn't show me motor RPM, so I have to listen for the motor RPM. So I have to tell, okay, I'm at 4,500 RPM. Okay, now I'm at 5. Okay, now it's squealing a little, so now I'm in the field weakening stages. So I'm in field weakening, so I'm probably getting low torque and low efficiency. So even though I have a way to, go faster on this particular gear, I should shift to the next one because I'm not going to have any more headroom left. And then knowing exactly how many miles per hour I can get out of each gear, I actually have it memorized exactly how many miles an hour I can get out of each gear with field weakening on and field weakening off, because field weakening lowers your torque and your efficiency but gets you higher RPMs and you can hear it. And it makes the whole riding experience just so much, there's something cool about it. And I get it, that, with modern technology, you don't need any of this shit. You have automatic transmission in cars. Most electric cars are just one gear the entire way through. It's like a hub motor kind of thing. So you don't really have to worry about gears. And I get it. You don't need it anymore. It's obsolete. But man, it's kind of fun. There's something about it that just kind of adds this playing Need for Speed aspect to the driving and riding experience, particularly when you're working with a very, very limited amount of power. Like this vehicle in front of me with gas that's turning on hazard lights in front of me, you fuck, is that's probably working with the equivalent of hundreds of thousands of watts of electrical power. And here I'm sitting with a motor, a 1,000 watt motor that I can max put 2,000 or 3,000 watts through. Yeah, this is pretty dead. What do you think for Friday night, Erica? You remember when we used to ride through this area in 2019? I really did expect there to be more people because I get it, there's the whole Delta variant thing, but we've had vaccinations now for 5 or 6 months. Like 5 or 6 months. Over 97% of the people going to the hospital for the Delta variants are people with no vaccinations. New York tends to have less of the anti-vaccine people than the rest, and a lot of the restrictions have been lifted. So the fact that it's still the kind of, I guess this place has something going on. Take a look over here. This restaurant was basically the last time we went too, remember? Around 2nd Avenue. We've never been here, but I think I've been by here to record it. And this place was always kind of busy. It always had something going on. But it's still crazy that there's like one restaurant that's really busy and the rest is just kind of dead. I mean, like if shit's not going to come back for summer, then when is it? If things are not going to come back when vaccines have been freely available to everybody for months, the death rate has gone down tremendously. We've had a year over of shutdowns, and it's summer, it's nice weather outside. Like, if it's not going to come back now, then when? It's kind of sad seeing my old neighborhood like this. Let's see, anybody here? Nobody there. Because that's very thin. And I thought I was, I go over there for you. Vroom. All right, Erica, Williamsburg Bridge or Manhattan Bridge? Manhattan? Honk more, mofo. Oh, that car looks destroyed to my right. Look at how bright this is. This is crazy. These lights are awesome. I'm really glad Paul found this one particular light on eBay. Because I have 2 lights in this bike. When you turn this, look at what it looks like without it. And then with it. Oh, hi, boom. It's like riding in daytime again. Hoo-hoo. So this is Chinatown over here. That lady has an electric scooter in front of us, Erica. Take a look. I've been trying to get Erica to get an electric scooter to get around. She's had some particular chance encounters in the subway that were not particularly positive recently, but I think she's afraid of batteries exploding after my unit pack power experience. Did I tell you that Alex opened his scooter and they actually had the battery right up against an exposed screw and it was going into the battery? Like the battery was just moving. Oh my God. Oh geez. I mean, it's a 360 camera. The people are not going to be able to miss that. Don't look at the 3 o'clock. It's kind of like saying don't think. It's like saying don't think of a pink elephant. What's the first thing you're going to think of? If you say don't think of a pink elephant, Erica, what's the first thing everybody's going to think of?
I was trying not to bring attention, but I hope he's okay.
It's.
Yeah, I was trying not to bring attention.
He probably had a really fun evening before that. There's not much to do in the Lower East Side besides drink.
Because last time we were over here, there was another person.
Yeah. The Lower East Side has a lot of throwing up. I lied. That was not Chinatown behind us. This is. My bad. I don't know what the hell just made me call the East Village, Lower East Side area Chinatown. I'm on crack. Yeah, I'm on crack. I wasn't paying attention. My apologies. This is Chinatown. That was very stupid of me, and I should know better. It's not like I've lived here for 33 years or anything. What are those people screaming about? Yeah. Sounds like he's screaming at himself. It's a lot more of that.
Like a freaking
He's acting.
that
He's,
rating guy from Tomb Raider.
he's practicing.
You know what I'm talking about? The Thunder guy in
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
He's practicing his audition for Macbeth.
What's the guy's name?
I don't know. I never.
Guy
I was a Street Fighter person.
no. Mortal Kombat.
I know, but I didn't play Mortal Kombat. I never played Mortal Kombat, so I'm not sure.
I saw him do some moves and I was like, that looks like that rating guy from Mortal Kombat.
Never a dull day. Never a dull day. All right, we're gonna go over the bridge. Now I want to see if I can get up the hill to the bridge with a passenger, because I don't think I've tried this before on this bridge. Let's see. There's a steep hill on the Manhattan Bridge when you're going up in the beginning. So I'm gonna switch over to gear 1, which makes a rattle noise because I have to move my chain guard over. I know, I need to move my chain guard. You can all hear that. I know. Whoa. What is this?
Look at that guy. He got these big fuzzy dice balls.
Why are they all so mad? Everybody's so mad. Chillax.
Oh, like,
What?
he wants to make a turn. He can't make a turn. He's not
Oh, that's the Lucky Star bus over here, I think. Have you ever used Lucky Star bus? Lucky Star is Best Star. I used to take that to Massachusetts when I made a weekly trip to
Where is this thing going to?
I think it goes to Massachusetts. I used to take the Lucky Star bus to Massachusetts because it was cheaper than Bolt and Greyhound. There's Bolt and one other company that does those trips. I forget the other one. I'm in gear 1. Let's see if I can make it up here with the passenger. Maybe they're getting off a bus. It's a 6-hour trip by bus, and that's without traffic, Erica. They always claim it's 4 hours and 15 minutes to get from here to Massachusetts. It's bullshit. Where are they fighting? Oh, there's always a fight going on. It's New York City. Somebody's always yelling at somebody. All right, let's see. Gear 1. Oh yeah, it kind of mastered that hill. Yeah, it doesn't give a shit about this hill at gear 1. Vroom. But gear 1 gets me to 14 miles an hour before I put field to wheat weakening on. It gets to 19 with field, but still. Yeah. All right, so gear 1's pretty cool. I can get to 14 miles an hour with it. It lets me take a passenger uphill. I'm feeling that. All right. I got a little screen here that tells me my wattage, voltage, temperature of the motor, and miles per hour. And I can also get it to show me a lot of other stuff, like watt hours a mile. It's really cool. It's called the Cycle Analyst. You can get it from ebikes.ca. It's Grin Technologies. They're a really good company for e-bike shit. You're probably going to pay a little more getting from them. I do not get discounts, and I do not get free shit for saying this. They just make really cool shit, and I enjoy it. The customer service that you get from them, the selection, the quality, the treatment, that's a little close, buddy. But good stuff. So my motor is now 50 Celsius, and I've been riding for probably 12 minutes. It's not particularly a fan of carrying a passenger. Kind of curious what temperature the motor will get to. The batteries, I actually can check the temperature from the phone. I've never been able to get the battery to go above 37 or 38 Celsius because I have 5 of them in parallel. So each battery, even if I'm using max on this, is only putting out like 500 to 800 watts at its peak, which is way below what they're rated for. These are EM3 EV batteries. EM3 EV. They actually make good stuff. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, that's a lot of people, bro. Oh shit. Oh shit. That's a lot of bright lights, man. Those lights point forward. Ah, I'm blind. I guess there's no passing to the left on this bridge today. I usually pass people on that section of the two-way bridge. Is there another set of them coming, Erica, or that it?
No, that's it, I think.
That was a lot of people, damn.
It was the bike crew.
That was a bike crew right there. Yeah, there's a lot of things on this bridge that make it artificially narrow. Like there's a fence here and there's a bunch of random crap behind here that always seems to sit there for no good reason. There's another fence over here. to make it narrower, because that's what you need when you have a two-way bridge, is to make it as narrow as humanly possible. Also, up ahead at my 11 o'clock, at some point you're going to see a really scary little graffiti drawing of a really, really weird looking guy. It looks kind of like salad fingers. All right, let's see where that is. Where is that guy? Give him a... Whoa! Did you see that bottle come off, Erica? Did you see a bottle shoot in front of my front wheel right there?
No, I didn't.
Somebody just threw a bottle. Either that or it fell off of here. What the? I don't know if the camera picked that up. Like 5 seconds ago. It looked like a Coca-Cola bottle or something. That's nice. That's classy. Steak, very classy. All right. No, you don't drink Coca-Cola. Hey, did they paint over it? Remember the creepy guy, Erica?
Huh?
Remember that little graffiti painting of the creepy guy that was always on the left side?
Yeah.
He's not there anymore.
Are you past it?
I think that, no, I've been looking. He wasn't there. I think they finally covered it. You can see it in my old bike videos when I'm going over the Manhattan Bridge on my left side.
Yeah, the red stick.
Yeah, the red stick figure guy that looks angry. He's not here. Vroom, 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 vroom. This light is awesome. I love it. And it points downwards and it cuts off the top of it so that it doesn't blind people. Even though it's really bright for the road, it doesn't blind people right ahead. It's beautiful. And then I have these other two lights that point very straight down. That's these. They point just like really, really far down so that it doesn't blind anybody. Just so I could see shit in front of me, like let's say a giant bottle that pops out randomly late at night. What was that? Did you feel that cool breeze, Erica?
Yeah, it is.
I felt a very cold breeze over there. That light is almost engineered to change on me right as I arrive. Have you noticed that? Now, here's something you should know if you're going to take this shortcut that everybody takes, and everybody does. This sidewalk looks like it has no use, but it actually gets used for people leaving the bridge. So before you ride by, you need to look to your left and make sure there's nobody there. I mean, technically you're not allowed to ride in the sidewalk, but technically you're not allowed to have a 5,000 watt electric bicycle anyway. And the same thing over here with this railway. You have to stop, pretend there's a stop sign here, look, and then go. Because I see the delivery guys that don't want to wait at that red light, and I don't blame them, because that thing stays red for a really long time and always changes right when you get over the bridge. It's like psychic. You stop over here too, because this is the walking section for, I think, wheelchairs or something like that. So you look where the ramp is. If there's nobody there, then you go. You can't just ride through the sidewalk and think there's nobody there, because there's two exits from the bridge over there. Oh, if only that light were green. I have so much momentum going down this hill. This is so depressing. I don't want to put my brakes on. No! When those lights are green, it's so fun to just come straight down this hill and feel the breeze, and because it'll take you all the way to the two lights down before you have to put the throttle back on. It's so much fun. This is downtown Brooklyn. This is where you got all the, like the larger business buildings. Like I think National Grid used to be over there. Larger businesses, not small business kind of stuff. You have a bunch of colleges and tech schools and stuff like that over here. Note that this bike blows away the Arrow 7 and the Arrow 9 even when carrying a 115-pound passenger. Not that I'm bragging. Then again, it does go on fire. But not anymore! No more unit pack power. We have 5 EM3 EV beasts on here. Okay, that is a weird light because it did not turn yellow. It turned off. And then it went red. That was weird. I'm not used to seeing traffic lights turn off. I'm used to seeing like green, yellow, red, but not green, dead red. Okay. Yeah, fuck it. Everybody else is breaking the law here. They all have interesting colored LEDs on their bikes. There's usually nobody to my right over here, but you always take a look anyway. Like 99% of the time there's nobody there, and now it's no different. Yeah, this area downtown Brooklyn is dead. This is where you'll find all your fancier schmancier apartments in down for the fancy schmancier people in Brooklyn. You got a Hilton to my right. As you can see, you have like high-rise buildings here that are not really typical to most neighborhoods in Brooklyn. There's a Whole Foods over there. So this is kind of like where people who want to live above a Whole Foods or can afford to live above a Whole Foods would live. I don't personally see the fucking point, the draw of this. I mean, I guess you're near the bridge. Maybe that in and of itself is an appeal. Okay, there's nothing there. You're near the bridge, so that's part of the appeal, is you're closer to Manhattan. But like this whole thing where I'll pay an additional $2,000 a month to be closer to Manhattan or $1,000 to be closer to Manhattan, it just doesn't matter in 2021 anymore. It's just not that big a deal. So, and you could tell that these buildings are a little fancier than, your 100-year-old pre-war buildings and all that. But you're spending like $3,000 a month for a 400 square foot shitbox, and at the end of the day, that's just meh. I'd actually rather live in the older pre-war building and have a lot of space and not pay that much. Okay. Coming up on the super fancy schmancy Whole Foods in that building called the Ashland. These are the types of buildings where parking's actually part of your building, fancy schmancy, fancy schmancy. Nothing there. Vum. How you feeling, Erica? Are you motion sick? Erica used to get motion sick driving, so I built this bike so that we could get around without motion sickness. I don't know how it is with my crazy riding that this does not make you motion sick, but a car does. I think it's because you're scared for your life to the point where you don't have the ability to focus on your motion sickness. Yeah, that's a fancy-ass building. Oh. Whoa, how the hell is he doing that? He glued that. No, get out of here. That's bullshit. He glued that shit. There's no way he's riding it that long. I don't know, but he probably glued it. That's a scam. That's a hat. He still has it on top of his head. Get out of here. That's BS. I'm just being jealous. I could do that, I just don't want it because I have to wear a helmet. I care about my safety. I'm doing the same thing. This little GoPro that's on my head, I'm balancing it, Erica.
You have it strapped to your head.
No, I don't. I'm balancing it. She's trying to blow up my spot here.
Strapped to his head.
She's freaking.
Even
She's.
if he does a cartwheel, it'll still be on.
You freaking. You tattle her.
I gotta adjust my helmet. I didn't realize how loose this helmet is.
Oh, Erica. I can't believe you would blow up my spot like that. Tell you? Okay. Boom. Why are they honking? The light turned green 2 milliseconds ago. Calm the fuck down. Also, that guy was in the middle of a left turn, and he had to wait before he made the left turn, but let's just honk at him anyway to be an asshole. I can't wait to get the 400-watt air horn on this bike. Remember the horn that we were using during the protests and all that last year?
You mean the cell phone chime?
No, I mean the 400-watt air horn that JP sent. I'm gonna get that hooked up to this one.
One bell, it sounded like a text message notification. I was like, no one's gonna pay.
No, I have this one.
Yeah, that one.
But then I also have a Honda horn on here. But it's like a cheap, shitty, like cheap, crappy.
Sounds like you got a text message.
I have a crappy Honda horn on here. But that Honda horn sucks. JP's is a 400-watt air horn. That one, it's like.
Yeah.
But I was using that to try and scare people away during the riots last year. Yeah, I had it on. I had that attached to a floodlight, attached to a relay, attached to a power supply, attached to a computer with remote desktop that I would remote into on my phone, and I could turn it on anytime the security alerted me that people were like fucking around outside and like banging on the windows and shit. It was a good strategy. This area is always dead at night. It's just a residential area, so you don't expect much to be going on here. This is timed. This segue is timed so that you only go 15 miles an hour or so with the lights. Whoever designed this designed it to be frustrating, and it worked. Because you have to go at like, even though the road speed limit is 20 miles an hour, you have to go 15 over here, or else you'll have to use your brakes constantly.
Oh, that restaurant is so busy.
Yeah. It took 45 minutes to get our food there the other day, didn't it?
It wasn't bad though.
Okay. I'm kind of curious to check what my motor temperature is when I get off here. Oh, 61. Not battery temperature, motor temperature. The batteries turn off when they go over 60. And they're all individually fused. All the cells inside are individually fused. And then I fused them outside of that too.
Where are these batteries made in?
This UK engineer, and they're made in China. He's a very OCD engineer, the guy that works at the M3 EV. They individually fuse all the different cells. It's insane. And they use expensive BMSs in their batteries.
So the guy who founded it is still alive?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's an engineer from the UK. I think that like the company is half based in Australia, half based in China. He actually got proper air ventilation installed for his employees to filter out the air in the area because it's in one of the areas that has a lot of pollution. Bruno Power has an interview with him. He's a good dude. All right, let's take a look. Whoa. At least they're having fun. Okay, I'm kind of curious at this point. I want to see, before I end the video, I want to see motor temperature and battery temperature. Motor temp, battery temp. Now let's see what I got. Start search. Okay. Holy, battery temperature is only 25 Celsius, Erica. 25.8, but motor temperature is 61.4 Celsius. Okay, that's pretty. Yeah, these batteries keep really cool because they're only getting used to about...
They automatically shut off.
They automatically shut off at 60. And you have to get way hotter than that to blow up, like 120, 130, and then that's when thermal runaway to 600 starts, and then 600 is when they blow up.
So the ventilation makes a big difference.
Yeah, well, it's not just that, it's that there's 5 of them being used in parallel. So each battery is barely getting tested at all. Like if I was using just one battery to try and go this fast, it would probably be getting really hot. But the paralleling is what does it. Each battery barely has any actual use.
So wait, I know, but right?
I could tell.
But you know, like those vehicles, there's also a storage unit on the side. And I don't know how the hell that
Huh.
works.
Oh, I'm glad to see a lot of people are outside over here. I'm gonna guess that he's not gonna go because he just got out of his car. That was cool. He got out of his car as the light turned green. That's hysterical. Okay, so I'm gonna stop the video over here. I'll see you all later on. You have a good evening, everyone. Erica, say goodbye to everybody.
I gotta tighten my helmet.
Titan.